Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another episode of the SavvyCat Podcast. I'm Savvy.
I'm Cat.
That's my joke now.
Yes.
It's a really funny joke.
Yes.
I am hilarious.
I like the fact that you have to comment on it every single time.
Because it's just, it makes me look stupid, like I don't know my own name. So I just have to be sure that everyone knows that I know my own name.
Right. Of course.
Before we were filming, we were talking about stuff from our childhoods, and then we were like, you know what, we should just make this into a podcast. So here we are.
Yes. We are...
The thing that got us started.
Yeah. We're doing a podcast on nostalgia, but specifically our nostalgia. So you probably won't relate to this. Yeah. This is completely self-indulgent.
No, that's true. Some of it is going to be relatable for like some of you late 90s babies. But some of it is going to be just completely our nostalgia. So
yeah.
Feel free to relate or not relate. That's up to you.
Yeah. Most of it is probably also going to be specifically Kiwi. So...
Yeah. Well, some of it we might not even know is specifically
I know,
Kiwi.
that's the thing.
We were like slightly behind on things, I think, as well, in New Zealand. Like some of the stuff we were into was like slightly behind other people. Anyway, the thing that got us talking about this was I remembered Princess Max.
An icon.
We will put a photo up on the screen so you know what we're talking about. Because Kat didn't know what I was talking about for a second, so let me explain. It was a little like a Tamagotchi kind. I don't remember.
No, not really. They were more like...
It wasn't a virtual pet. Well, it was, right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah? And it had like a little stylus. It was like the one I had was pink and purple, and you like flipped it open and it had a stylus to like feed your pet, and you could play games.
Yes.
And the one game that was the best was obviously tic-tac-toe. And if you stood like close enough to your friend, like literally this close, you could play tic-tac-toe against each other, and it was the best thing in the entire world. It probably had snakes or something on it. Okay, here, wait. Do you remember, this isn't snakes, but do you remember that phone that everyone had in year 8? The pink Nokia phone. It came in 2 colors, dark blue and pink. I had it. Almost everyone had it. At the start of the day at school, you had to hand your phone into your teacher and they'd keep it at their desk. And because of how many of these pink phones there were, you had to get a piece of paper and like stick it out of the fucking battery case and write your name on it so that you knew it was yours. So you'd have to pop the back off, put this tab in it underneath with your name on it. But it had bounce tails. It had bounce tails. Do you remember that game? I want it so bad. I would die for bounce tails.
I remember the very first phone I got before the Nokia one. I had the dark blue one, by the way. Mm-hmm. Because
mine was better. Mine was pink.
Fair. But I had the push-up ones.
I wanted one of those so bad.
I had like it like pushed up and the keyboard was underneath, so you pushed it up and had snakes.
Yeah. Wait, was it one of the ones that flipped sideways or the ones that was like the standard like Vodafone brand?
Standard Vodafone brand one.
I got one of those for my 10th birthday and I dropped it on the day I got it and it smashed.
Yeah, it had snakes and it also had a racing game, like a car racing game. And I remember every single day that I went to school, I would play the driving racing game and get so sick in the car that when I actually got out of the car, I felt like dizzy. So I had to walk into class like dizzy because I kept playing the car game instead of looking out the window. It was...
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I remember I got this phone after I got that one and I dropped it and it broke, which, geez, why did it break so easily? I got this phone that was like a Japanese phone that I had to order from like, and so it wasn't, these phones weren't brands, it was just you got a phone. It just was a phone.
It's like when you got a phone, like SIM card, they usually like, you got like a phone and like a packet and they were like $20.
But like this one I got was it was gold. It was right when touch screens were new. So it had a touch screen and you put the stylus in the side of the phone and it was a gold touch screen flip up phone.
The jealousy.
So it was like a slide.
The jealousy I'm feeling.
Oh, it was so cool. But then I went to Australia for 2 weeks and didn't take my phone because why would I need my phone in Australia? Phones didn't have internet. Old. So phones didn't have internet, so I left it behind. And since I didn't charge it for like 3 whole weeks, it just stopped working when I got home.
Hang on. I've been. Hang on.
I would also like to point out that those pink. Oh shit, man.
So there's this one. I have another one.
I would like to point out though, like. Those Nokia phones, they're like the pink and the blue ones. Those were really expensive for like phones.
Yeah, they were.
Like they were £100 pounds. Right. Think about that. £100 as like that was an expensive phone. Like we weren't allowed to go any higher than that. That was it.
I got mine secondhand. Cause like I remember all my friends had one and I was like, I want one so bad. Like this was like my ticket into being friends with these people. And my dad was like, oh, we can't afford one. And then I was like, please. And then someone at the theater was like, my kid got this and it's old, so I got it, and I felt very special.
Amazing. And this is when cameras on phones was like, oh my god, no. I had a flip phone I got when it was my mom's like work phone, and I like kind of stole it when I was like 10, and she was like, okay, fine, keep it. And it was like a flip phone, just like a telecom flip phone, but when you closed the lid, it had a tiny little screen on it for selfies.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it had like, it was like that big, and you closed it, and you could hit like a button on the side, and it was like the fucking first selfie camera like ever.
So cool. I love that so much. I like how
phones, they used to have a tiny mirror on the back. Do you remember they used to have a tiny mirror on the back of phones?
Oh my god. I like how I'm like genuinely more excited by that than like the fact that we've gotten to the point where we're filming hour-long podcasts on our phones.
It's fucking crazy. And but the crazy thing is, Kat, those Nokia phones, this is gonna fucking blow your mind. Those Nokia phones we had 8 years ago. That was less than a decade ago. That flip phone I'm talking to you about, that was 10 years ago. I still had that phone in the last decade.
Why am I actually going to have a crisis about this?
Kat's having a crisis, everyone for a moment. Like, isn't that insane how far technology has come in that amount of time? But it's because we've grown with it, right? Because we were kids. Like, when those phones came out with the fucking antenna, you go back and you watch iCarly. The first episodes of iCarly, they pull out the fucking antenna. You had antenna on your phone. There was antenna on your phone.
I like how we've like gone a full loop, because like, you know, they were so cool, but like Samsung has released a flip phone now, and I want it so bad. I can't afford it, but I want it so bad. I want the flip phone so bad, because it's a Samsung like screen. It doesn't have like, it's like a normal, you know, phone, but you can fold it in half. And I want it so bad.
But it's got hinges. Why does it? Interesting. I haven't seen it, to be honest.
It also might be to do with the fact that you can get a BTS version of that phone, and like it's purple, and then like when you open it, BTS greet you and like their little
That is a marketing genius thing to do. That is insanely smart.
It's the BTS phone, genuinely, like they have like little 3D avatars and like anyway, that's not nostalgia, that's me just being greedy.
No, but for real, bounce tails on those Nokia phones. Bounce tails. If you never had one of those phones, I don't know if any other Nokia phone had that, but that game was we would spend hours, and I mean hours. It's a little red ball, and you had to jump around and get coins and stuff, and jump over walls. Oh my god. When I got my first iPod Touch, I still had, you used to have an iPod and a phone.
Yeah.
Wow, what a throwback. But like, no, when I lost my Nokia phone and I got, I used to search for it. Anyway,
sorry.
At some point along the lines, I found out that Bounce Tales doesn't exist on iTunes, and I got really upset. Can someone please add it to the App Store? I will do anything. I will do anything.
Literally.
Anything to play Bounce Tales.
Oh my god.
Anything.
I remember when everybody was first getting like iPods and stuff like that, and we couldn't afford one, so we got an MP3 player, but like you remember the little round ones
that you plug into the computer?
Yeah.
You just like take the top off and plug it straight in. Yeah. And you download songs from LimeWire.
But my dad used to he used to get them off of LimeWire, and he would also. Do you remember on the computer, like if you had like a computer, like a PC, and it had the music player, and then it had like that animation for the songs where it was like a bunch of like moving colors and stuff like that? I remember like the music player on like a PC computer, it was like Windows Music Player or something like that. It used to have like this little color animation thing, and where like a line would just go around to like the beat of the music or something like that. And I specifically remember spending like 2 hours listening to Alvin and the Chipmunk remixes of songs, watching that little color animation.
That is brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh my god. Iconic song that we remember that we spent too much time watching would have been the Gummy Bear song.
Do you know what I remembered when you said that song that we used to listen to all the time? Other than Crazy Frog, other than
the Gummy Bear song.
The Gummy Bear song. Do you remember the penis song from that one movie?
Oh my god! No! Why did you bring that up?
It was so scandalous. It was the most scandalous, naughty thing we could ever watch. Me and Sav literally rewatched it 1,000 times.
So funny.
Just together. It's so good. It's incredibly offensive, but
why would you share that information with the internet? Why would you? That was meant to go to the grave. Now they're all gonna Google it. They're all gonna search it, and they're all gonna watch this song and be like, "What the fuck was wrong with them?"
It was an icon. It was an icon.
I was shown it at a friend's birthday party. It was like an 11th birthday party, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, look how funny this is!" And they showed us, and we were all like, "They're talking about penises."
It's really not that bad.
I don't remember it,
but
it was about sex.
It
was about sex and penises, and to 11-year-old girls, that's like.
That was.
Excuse me? God, that was. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that completely. 11-year-olds are so weird. Oh my god.
They are.
Oh, other songs? Dave Days.
Yes.
That was the first songs I bought on iTunes were Dave Days Miley Cyrus parodies. They were the first song I bought on iTunes. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. In case you were unaware, Dave Days was at the same time as Fred. But he did parodies. Parodies were a really big thing. There was like The Key of Awesome and shit were all at that sort of same time.
Yeah.
But Dave Days was in the first YouTube Rewind. And I've talked to so many people and people don't know who he is, and I'm really fucking pissed off about that. I don't know how so many people missed out on him because he was an icon and he like rivaled Fred kind of. He made a whole song about it.
Yeah.
But he did Miley Cyrus parodies with a cardboard cutout of Miley Cyrus. I know them all still, word for word. The entire songs, better than I know the originals, might I add, with a couple cutout of Miley Cyrus. And so, like, he did, like, a 7 Things one. It's like, the 7 things I hate about you, you're fake, you break, you are not real. If only I had something to feel. You cost me quite a lot to buy. See, I know it. And then his last one was called The Last Song, and he actually met Miley Cyrus for it.
I remember that, yeah.
Time has passed again.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Wait, no, I can hear you.
Oh my god, I was about to lose my goddamn mind. So, we disappeared again because my phone, I want to throw it against a wall. It says that 130 gigabytes is taken up by other. I updated it a week ago. And when it restarted, it didn't even download all my photos. Like, they're all in the cloud, right? But usually they're on my phone, but in the cloud, and just not downloaded to my phone, but I can see them. I can't. They're not there. They're not there. That is 63,000 photos missing off of my phone right now. And then today, it's just like, you're out of storage, but it's not even photos, because my photos aren't even there. 120 gigabytes taken up by other. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Do you know what wouldn't do that? Do you know what wouldn't do that?
Nokia wouldn't do that.
Pink Nokia wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but they only had like 200 megabyte capacity. Photos took up like 1 megabyte because I was so shit. You know what's annoying is that I don't have any of those photos anymore because I don't know.
I know.
You had to put them on like an external, like phones used to have external memory cards.
Yeah.
And all my fucking phones, because I had an Android before I had my iPhone, I had like a Samsung S3 Mini or some shit. And I had it all on an external thing, and I don't know where I put it, and I want those photos. Like those photos, remember when I went to visit you in Wellington in 2012?
Yeah.
All those photos are on that phone, on that fucking SD card.
That sucks so much. Oh, that sucks so much.
Definitely not eating a present.
See, this is why you should, like, upload stuff. Just back up stuff.
Well, because I kept the phone.
Back up everything you have.
I kept the phone. I just kept forgetting to, like, import it and shit, so. I remember I went to... I remember when I went to Thailand, I used my iPad to take photos. I was that bitch, man. I used my iPad to take photos for an entire 3-week holiday to Thailand. They're all iPad photos. And I remember that as well because I had my I did have my phone, and it was right when that was when Instagram started. You could do videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That was 2013. Instagram is still new because Instagram came out what, like 2011, 2012?
And it had like that old icon that was like brown.
The iconic icon.
And was
everyone
was so
pissed
upset
off when they changed it. There was like outrage. Everyone was so mad. So mad. I was scrolling through my photos, my screenshots, and I found screenshots from like old Instagram, and I saw it and was just hit with a ton of nostalgia. I was like,
I know.
Oh,
I know.
shit, man.
Old YouTube, the way YouTube used to be set up.
I don't even remember that, honestly.
Miss that.
I don't even remember it.
It used to have like the banner up top and the things down the side.
I know, I've seen photos, but like it's so strange because like I watched YouTube, but I don't remember it looking like that. I just don't remember. I can't. My brain just doesn't.
I remember it because like Sky Does Minecraft and all those people used to have like such cool designs.
I don't. Wait, when did they change it?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Because, like, I started watching YouTube, like, properly in 2011, I would say 2011. And that's when I started watching Jenna. Like, I've been watching Jenna for that long.
Yeah, that's so wild.
That's insane. When did they change it? Do you see when they changed it?
Surely that's not true.
What does it say?
2016.
That's not real. No, that's not true. No, that's actually not true.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually not true. God.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
No, but like, oh fuck. I remember I didn't watch that much YouTube. I watched Fred because Fred was brilliant. And now I watch Lucas, full circle, we stand Lucas.
Yeah.
And Dave Days, and that was about it. And then after that, I started watching Jenna. My friend showed me a Shane Dawson video in 2009, I think. I would have seen my first Shane Dawson video. We don't watch him anymore. We don't stand Shane, but that was the first time I saw a Shane video.
No. Yeah.
It just shows how long
it's so
he's
wild
been
thinking
for.
back, like, because I remember, like, because I never really watched, like, YouTubers, like, followed them until, like,
I didn't
Minecraft and all that
subscribe
kind
to
of
a
group.
YouTube channel until like 2012.
Yeah. Like, I started watching Sky probably 2011, 2012 as well. Before that, it was, like, Vivo and YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, Vivo had, like, a completely different website that no one ever used?
Don't remember, but I do know about that. You know what? My brain is so blank. I remember, like, we were, like, on the cusp. We're slightly too young for MySpace. Like, I had a MySpace, but I didn't use MySpace because we were, like, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I used it for, like, we did it for, like, communicating for, like, a homework thing I did in year 6.
Yeah.
Like, I had an account, but we were too young to be using it because we were, like, 9. But I remember when Facebook became a thing. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yes.
Wait, I have stories here. So, because Facebook, the age is 13, right? Social media was very new. And, like, everyone in class, like, we were all year 6, so we were 10. And everyone was making Facebook accounts. And Mom wouldn't let me because she's like, no, you're too young. There are, like, creepy people on the internet. You could click on something and it could take you to some... And it was just all this very much like, no, you're not allowed to do it. And then finally, since all my friends had them, my mum was like, okay, but I have to be your friend. I monitor everything that you're doing. You're not allowed to click on anything unless it's... And then I showed her, like, Farmville and stuff. And she's like, okay, you can click on Farmville and you can do that, but that's all you're allowed to do.
Farmville.
And then at school, we had to have a special assembly where they were like, raise your hand if you're over 13.
Yes.
And no one did. And they're like, right, all of you who don't have your hands raised, which was everyone, delete your Facebooks. You're not allowed them. So, because that was the only...
I remember...
That was it.
Yeah. Because I remember I got a Facebook again in 2010, too young to go online. And, like, to the people who are too young to be on social media sites, now that I'm older, there are those rules there for a reason. Like, now that I'm older, I can understand why.
Well, I get it. Like, I feel like if
policies.
it's like a private account, it's different. I
Yeah,
feel like Facebook,
private
it was all
accounts are
entirely...
fine.
Facebook was all entirely friend request based and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
But, like,
it's
Twitter
that thing of if you're,
and-
like, super young, definitely have a private
Just
account.
be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was 10 and me and my friend, I remember, I think it was, like, really bad. I think it was during, like, we were all going out for, like a religious day out. Like, we were trying to learn, like, a special, like, Jewish holiday. And we were all outside, and it was, like, my mum was my teacher, and there was me and my friend, and his mum was there as, like, a supervisor. And so I went to my mum and said, hey, my friend has a Facebook account. His mum let him have one. Can I have one? And because his mum was, like, really strict on things, my mum was like, okay, if she let him have a Facebook account, then surely my daughter can have a Facebook account. And then I went back to my friend and was like, okay, my mum said yes. And then he went to his mum and said, hey, Kat has a Facebook account. Her mum let her have a Facebook account. Can I have a Facebook account?
That's brilliant.
And then...
Sneaky!
Yeah.
Sneaky! Yeah, I remember... And then Instagram came out. Twitter came out before Instagram. I didn't get a Twitter until a bit later on.
No.
Instagram came out, and I remember my friend had come over to my house, and she's like, have you seen Instagram? I'm like, no, what's that? She's like, it's a place where you can post photos. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then, so she showed me Instagram, and we went out to my park, and that's when we took all those photos of like daisies and shit. The
Yeah,
most
yeah.
2012, like cam wow, like that shit.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah.
and then I posted all these like
Compass.
aesthetic Tumblr photos on my Instagram,
Yeah.
and they're still there. My Instagram account is
yeah.
old. It's changed names a few times, but
Yeah.
it's from, I created it like 2012. My Instagram is very,
Yeah.
very old.
Yeah. I never used Instagram that much, I think.
You never
I used
like
Tumblr.
I never
No.
use Instagram very. You still don't use Instagram very much.
No, I don't. I use Tumblr, like, a lot. I've deleted my old Tumblr account because...
I'm very disappointed.
But, yeah, I was very much the super hulock Tumblr kid. I
never got into Tumblr.
Tumblr was it used to be, it's not really like that now, but it used to be very kind of like blog based. So you had your own page and you had your own blog and you could like design it however you want and you could change like the system. The JavaScript. You could use JavaScript to change what it looked like. And that was my first like introduction to JavaScript. Because it was like, that's what you would use to change like the cursor would turn pink and it would play a song when you entered it. And
oh my god, remember when you
like...
changed cursors to like dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. We used to make websites for each other, like through Wix and shit. Like websites with like I think, I don't know, because Wix changed it, so you can't make your website public anymore without paying. But
yeah,
like, it used to be you could just make free public websites, and like, I remember we used to make like a bunch of like secret group websites.
Me?
With,
I
like,
have no memory of ever doing that.
Yeah, when we were in Ponsonby, we used to make like little like websites for each other with like...
Did we?
We would have like, yeah, with like forums and stuff like that, and we would try and go onto each other's forums and shit.
I have no memory of this. Am I a bad friend?
Yes.
I have shit memory, man. I don't remember that at all.
Because like we would make like chocolate cherry cupcake websites and shit. And the t-shirts we made for each other.
Oh, and I made a fucking typo. God, chocolate cherry cupcake was just the dumbest inside joke, but it was so funny when we were like 11 years old. And also like the snogging scale. So we're in this. Most of our audience is the UK. You'll surely know what we're talking about. The Fat Confessions of Georgia Nicholson. I read all 10 of those books. I read all 10 of them when I was 11. And as 11-year-olds, you know, we didn't kiss anyone, but we all talked about the snogging scale and we all laughed about it. Up until literally one of my best friends when I was 14, we still used it when we started dating boys. We like messaged each other. We're like, what number did you get up to? We were 14 and we still used the snogging scale as a reference. And I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. But I'm not. Fantastic. So it was fucking brilliant, man. The fact I still used that when I was 14. I'm going to start using that again. It means nothing. Yeah. Now. I'm just going to, every time I go on a date, I'm just going to text you and be like, 10, and that's it. That's the text you'll get.
Please do. And I want you to use our version of it. Because our version was amazing.
I don't remember it. I know we had our own version, but I don't remember.
Yeah, we have it somewhere.
Is it in the book?
I know.
Is it in the bunny book? Is it in the bunny book? Is it in the bunny book?
Oh my god, it is. Where is she?
You just practically fell off of your chair. Oh my god! I wrote that for Kat for Christmas in like 2014.
Oh my god, where is she?
Is it in there?
Where is she? I know she's in here.
Look in that book.
It's by the way, it's full of like compliments. I look at it like a lot.
I wrote like little memories. Did you find it?
Our stocking scale.
Oh no, I'm not ready for this. I bet it says chocolate cherry cupcake in there. It's gonna say
It does.
Okay. And then no one's gonna know, but everyone's gonna figure it out.
Okay. 1, friendly hug. 2, holding hands.
Naturally.
3, cheek kiss. 4, kiss on the lips. 5, open mouth. 6, kiss lasting over 3 minutes.
Oof, the scandal.
I know. 7, tongues. Wait. 8, upper body fondling. 9, below waist activity. 10, make out in bed. Why is that
Brilliant,
10?
brilliant. Wait, yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense. That would come before the other things.
Yeah, it goes upper body fondling, below waist activity, make out in
And
bed.
then just kissing in bed. Just because that makes that, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then I'd like to point out it goes 11, skinny dipping. And then you put in brackets here, cry laugh emoji.
I'd like to say we were younger than we were when we wrote this.
12, Coco.
Oh my god, I just remembered what that meant! Oh no!
In brackets, double cry laugh emoji. 13, sleepover, in brackets, same bed, in brackets.
Why does that come after the others? Just sleeping in the same bed? Oh my god. Okay, continue.
Sleepover comes after Coco.
And no one knows what that means. Just use your brain. Guess.
Yeah,
Comment
guess.
below what you think it means.
And then 14 and 15 is gives you chocolate.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck, I forgot.
This-
That Coco one got me, man. That got me. Oh shit. That's fucking hilarious. We used to run around school asking people, do you like chocolate? Where did we come up with that? Why did we come up with that?
Well, we thought it was too bad to... It started off with cherries.
Where did that come from, though?
Yeah. We didn't want to say the actual word.
But
So
who decided that? And why were we talking about it in the first place?
I don't know, but I think we came up with it, me and you.
No, we did. We came up with all of it. But why?
Yeah.
We were... whatever, I guess.
Yeah. There was... It's chocolate cherry cupcakes, and then we forgot one part, so we made up caramel, which we never used.
Which we never used.
Yeah.
Because that visual is gross.
It's disgusting.
I hate it so much.
I won't tell you what they are, but you can think.
It's just more fun. It's like this thing of we made a pact. We literally signed a contract when we were 11 years old. Everyone who knew the secret had to sign a contract saying they would never tell anyone what they mean. So if we broke that, we could go to jail.
Yeah.
This included so everyone at the school knew that we had these code words, and we're like, what the fuck are these fucking bitches talking about? Because that's how 11-year-olds think about each other. Everyone knew, because we'd ask everyone, and everyone was like, we were so annoying.
Yeah.
We were so annoying. It's brilliant.
We were
I love
annoying.
Yeah.
We used to, I remember very vividly, all of this is flooding back, and I remember exactly where we sat. We sat, in the back,
outside the music
behind
room.
yeah, in front of like bushes and stuff like that.
God, oh man.
I remember. I don't know why this very specific memory. But do you remember when we were standing in line for the tuck shop, and someone came up and very genuinely, like now that I'm older, like I think they were just genuinely asking a question, but they were like, "Are you guys sisters?" And we were so rude to them. We were like, "Yeah, of course we're sisters." We were like, "Yeah, duh, of course we're sisters," and then we just walked away. We're not sisters.
Yes, we are.
I mean, we are, but...
See, when I went to, me and Emma used to go to Grayland Park a lot. And because we were both blonde, blue-eyed, same sort of height, people would ask us all the time if we were sisters. And we thought it was so funny. Like, one time someone asked us if we were twins, and it made us so excited. We both ran up to my mom laughing, and we were both calling her mom because we thought it was so funny. Yeah. People would be like, "Are you sisters, twins, or friends?" And we'd look at each other and be like, "What do you think?" And then whichever one they said is what we went with. Yeah. So, kids are so easily amused. Remember though, at Grayland Park, they had the fucking skate ramp, and it was just, I don't know why, but it was the best thing in the entire world. Is everyone would just like run up the skate ramp because it was really, really steep. And it was like a game to like run up it and sit up the top. And that was just what we spent hours just running up and down the skate ramp and getting splinters.
That was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Oh man. And the fucking flying fox.
Yes!
Grayland Park and the pool they had open in summer. Great. Excellent. But you weren't allowed in that pool. If you were over 12, you weren't allowed in the pool. Yeah. Freaking rude. Rude! And oh man, the memories. And something I found out recently is, beaches don't have barbecues here.
Wait, they don't? Like, they don't have...
No,
why not?
Like, okay, it's because sausage sizzles and shit. That's a New Zealand thing. So, like, I don't think they would in Germany either, or anywhere in Europe. Beaches at home have built-in barbecues, like all along, because our beaches are like, it's grass and then it's sand. That's like how most beaches are. And on the grass, every like 100 meters or so, there's a barbecue. So you can go with your family and you can cook sausages and shit. Or like we did, and a lot of other people, you bring like a gas cooker to the beach with you with a chili bin with some sausages, because sausages, obviously you eat sausages at the beach, but apparently that's not a thing.
I to be honest, I haven't been to the beach here, but
But barbecues, they don't have them at beaches.
Yeah,
that's a New
so
Zealand
weird
thing.
to me. That's so weird to me.
I don't even think that, do they even have that in Australia? I don't even think they have that in Australia. It's like pies. Meat pies are an English thing, but they're like New Zealand culture. Yeah. Like here you have like your fucking fancy mince pies or whatever. At home, you go to the petrol station, you buy a $2 mince pie, or no, maybe a $3 mince pie, which is $1.50. And you are eating your hot pie with one hand, driving with the other. I think I mentioned that in a podcast before, but that's just the Kiwi way.
I mean, like, fish and chips is technically British, but, like, they taste nothing like home fish and chips. Fish and chips in England are disgusting.
I've not had it.
Well, I can guarantee you, does not taste anything like...
Well, there are some places in New Zealand that do bad fish and chips, though. I'm gonna put that out there.
That's true.
There are some places that, like...
That's true, but the majority of the time, they're good fish and chips. But like,
also at home, it's interesting because fish and chip shops are usually Chinese takeaway. So like when you go to the fish and chip shop, you sometimes are like, we're gonna get Chinese takeaway, and it's just fish and chips. Yeah.
I remember.
And you order how many chips you want by the dollar, not like the amount. It's not small, medium, large. No. It's like, I'll have $6 of chips, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember...
I
remember my mum and I... Because my mum was my teacher, so we would always go home from school at the same time. And she'd walk me home and stuff like that. And we lived just up the road from school. Just up the road. It was like a 20-minute walk, but it's quick enough. But like, on the way from our school up the hill to our house... there was a fish and chip shop. So what we would do is we would walk by like maybe $5 worth of chips, and then we'd rip open the top of the packet and just eat them while we were walking up the hill.
Yes, we did that too. By my school, there are 2 bus stops if you ever took the bus, and one of them had a fish and chip shop by it, and it was $1 for a thing of chips that was like a fucking enough for one person. It was $1 for just chips, and so you'd go and you get chips while you wait for the bus.
I remember walking to your house after school, and we'd stop by the dairy and shit, or like KFC, and we'd buy food.
Yeah. Oh my god. School, man. Remember school?
I know.
God. It's so strange. Oh man. There is so, like,
it almost doesn't feel like our life. I don't know why.
I know.
It doesn't.
Well, I always
feel
talk about
like,
myself in third person when I look back. But I realize it's so strange. Like, I'm probably more like my 12-year-old self than I am my
100%
self.
I'm exactly the same.
Like, with the experience, I'm like my 12-year-old self with the experience of my depressed self. Not that I'm not depressed still. Yeah. I'm a lot less depressed.
Yeah. I'm my 12-year-old self, except I'm not as much of an idiot.
Yeah. Which you'd hope. I'd like to believe I'm not as annoying, and also not as, like, I guess we're more educated in the way of, like, there's not as much internalized homophobia and stuff. And I've done some shit that I'm really not proud of when I was a kid, and I sometimes feel guilty about it, and then I'm like, I was, like, 13.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and yeah. But, like...
Oh, there's some stuff I feel really guilty about.
Yeah, let's not get into that side of nostalgia.
But it's not like with kids, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's also that thing of, right, it's like, it's an interesting thing. I remember, like, there's things that your parents would say, or people, like, grown-ups around you would say, and you just would, it's so true, and you see, like, kids now saying all this stuff that's very, like, conservative, and I remember, like, stuff that was told to me by adults. You just are like, yeah, that makes sense. You don't ever think about it, you don't question it, you just repeat what they say without questioning it at all. And I think that's really, really interesting. Like, some things that I heard as a kid, I was like, that doesn't seem right. But I just was like, well, an adult said it, so it must be true.
Exactly.
Super interesting.
Yeah. And it's interesting how we've progressed to, like, now. It's like when we were younger, we wanted, like, to be more mature. Or, like...
Yeah.
That was how we thought responsibility was. But now that we're older, we're like... No, actually, everything that you say is kind of... Some things that you say is messed up, and we should have the right to call you out on that.
Yeah.
I will say...
And
I definitely think this is a good thing, I am a lot more angry than I was when I was 12. And that's a good thing. That's a fantastic thing.
I don't think I've ever been this angry in my life.
I know.
And I guess I'm not an angry person.
No, neither.
So
yeah.
Me and Kat are both, like, these people who... See, people say that if you're, like, really close and you don't have fights, then you can't be real friends. But me and Kat just... There's no point in fighting.
No.
If we have a disagreement, we're kind of like, okay, we disagree.
Yeah,
but we very rarely disagree about things.
Well, I mean, like, even if, like, either we disagree... we get to a point where we go, okay, neither of us are going to agree on this. That's fine.
Stop.
Yeah, we'll stop this conversation and we'll respect each other's opinions. But, like, if we do something that hurts the other person, we tell each other. We're like, hey...
We talk about it.
Yeah, hey, you did this thing and that kind of hurt. And either one of us will apologize and go, I'm really, really sorry about that. How can I do it to fix it? And then we've had some pretty hard
and intense conversations over the years about shit. Oh god. But yeah, no, we've never had a fight ever.
No.
In our, like, decade of friendship.
No.
I have had fights with, like, other friends and things because that's the way you know, we get mad at each other. But me and Kat, we've never, ever.
No. We haven't had an argument where we've full out, like, stopped talking.
We also have, like, very, very similar morals. Like, our morals are the same in a lot of places. So there's not ever really many disagreements on that sort of thing.
Disagreements are
we also both hate...
rare. Yeah.
Yeah. We hate confrontation and conflict. So there are certain... Like, if there is something that we know we're not going to agree on, we just don't talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's very valid. Like, sometimes there are things
obviously.
where you're just like, we both have different experiences in some areas, and that's okay.
It's just not worth talking about.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just, I mean, I guess we've both had years and years of therapy, so we have very good practice in validating each other, whereas a lot of other people, one of you will have had therapy and the others haven't, so you don't have that same
that's true.
idea of how to, like, you know what I mean? We've both had such extensive therapy that we've learned. We talk to each other like therapists when we have situations like that of, like, validating ourselves and each other, where other people don't have experience in doing that. So we just kind of, I guess, that's a benefit to that.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to therapy. I don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone
100%.
Everyone should go to therapy.
100%.
If only it wasn't so expensive, because fucking everyone would benefit. Imagine how easy it would be to sort shit out with people you have conflict issues with if they just went to therapy.
I know.
God, life would be so much easier.
Yeah.
Life would be so much easier if everyone went to therapy. We actually learnt that in DBT in therapy. They're like, life would be easier if everyone went to therapy. And we're like, yeah. That was like the first thing I learnt in therapy is that everyone should go.
Yes, definitely. I 100% agree.
Oh, man. Okay, well.
On that note.
We could talk about this sort of shit all for like 10 million years. Before we leave, I don't know if you saw how cool my t-shirt is. But I think it's pretty cool. Look. Do you see it? It's a rainbow kiwi fruit that says educate and validate. And do you know who made it? C'est moi. I did. So I know most of you here probably already know, but I'm gonna plug it any chance I can get. I have a t-shirt line. It comes in white or in black. They're all completely carbon neutral, plastic free, sustainably sourced organic cotton, 100% fair trade. There's white, there's black. You can get rainbow, educate and validate kiwi fruit. You can also get a just human rainbow, but not only can you just get a standard rainbow, you can also get a bi rainbow or
she finding
or a lesbian rainbow. And then also I have a line of all bodies are valid.
These are the best line. I know I'm being biased, but bruh.
I can't reach them.
Bruh. You don't understand how cool they are.
And then I have a validate, all bodies are valid line. And there's all different bodies. So I've got my fat girl and then my pointy boob girl. And I'm drawing up more at the moment. So I've got these are some of the ones I've drawn up. So there's those two, and then there's those ones. Two of these are the ones I've just shown you.
And they're...
but basically... Oh, and I have a tote bag!
Yes! Stunning. Beautiful. Fantastic.
Yay! But if you go to thequeerkiwi.com/shop, if you go to the hand-stitched tees option, you just choose which design you want, and you tell me which colors you want. So if you want like a rainbow one, you just tell me which rainbow you want. And then if you want a bodies one, you just tell me what, like, belly shape, what boob shape, if you want any scars, things like that. And I will stitch it for you on the t-shirt that you choose, black or white, sizes small through extra, extra, extra large.
They're all
and there you go.
Completely customizable. It's all up to you. She'll make them.
Yes.
She'll hand
entirely.
Make them. And they're entirely
yes, I will hand stitch them for you.
Entirely carbon free. They're all, everyone's paid well.
And they're coming... They will be sent to you in giant, I bought the wrong size, giant sugarcane bags. So they're made out of sugarcane, completely organic, carbon neutral again. And they will be sent to you in that. No plastic anywhere in the way. And if you want 15% off any purchases on anything I release, you can join our Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon, thank you to our Patreons patrons. The patrons.
Patrons, yeah.
Is Amy, Emily, Eliza, Scar, Jordan, Gina, Midge, Phoebe, Roxy, Theo, Sarah, and Bunny. My legends, my heroes.
We love you so much. If you want to join and get 15% off everything I sell, as well as access to our private Instagram account,
Bonus
podcast a week early. I do a bonus mini-series 3 times a week. We've also got bonus podcast.
Yeah,
footage.
we filmed like 13 minutes by accident of bonus podcast footage. So
yes, so there's a bunch of cool stuff that you get if you join our Patreon, and it really helps us in continuing to do this. We spend a lot of time and effort and everything on this, and we are currently saving up to visit each other. Kat wants to come visit me in London, and then I want to go help Kat move to Prague. And so the money that you give us to support us on there, it goes towards helping us be in the same room together, reunited, and making content together in the same location, which would be amazing. We haven't seen each other in ages.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Me too.
And on
if you want to join, we'd love to do that.
And the last bit of like support things that we have to do, there is still a lot going on in the world at the moment, and there's a lot of things to be fighting for, and Sav has compiled a really cohesive, really well thought out list of petitions and donations and emails and all of that kind of stuff for a lot of things. So the link to that will be the first thing that you see in the description. So just click on that.
Or it's just thequeerkiwi.com/support.
Yeah, exactly. So check that out.
Nice and easy links.
Do what you can. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming along.
Hope you enjoyed.
We hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Alright. We will see you next week. Yes.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.